If you've seen the movie Spotlight, you know that there was a psychotherapist in there, a former priest, accused of shacking out with a nun, who actually married a nun, and had been married for a long period of time, a wonderful guy named Richard Sipe. Richard Sipe and I sat down together in 1994, along with a couple of dozen other people, because nobody that we were talking to, or almost nobody, wanted to hear what we had to say about the abuse going on in the faith community that everybody in the world unless you've been sleeping, you know all about now. You know, the scandals related to Baylor, what's going on in the universities all over the nation, it's all related. But the difference is that when it happens in the church, there is a deep, deep spiritual wound in survivors that must somehow be healed. Because if it isn't healed, it leads also to deep, deep psychological wounds, often that happen at the same time and happen in development for those children. So when they grow up, we have all sorts of issues related to adverse childhood experiences. I've written about much of that in Enlarging Boston Spotlight. And by the way, I didn't tell you my name. I'm Dee Ann Miller, and I'm the author of 3 books related to the Spotlight movie and have contributed to others and written many articles. I have a website, takecourage.org. Shortly after we sat down with those people in 1994, Richard stood before hundreds of people that were assembled in the same St. John Seminary where we had met as a small group. Richard looked out on the crowd, and he first said, "I don't know why I'm so nervous. I guess it's because I care so much." And then he stepped back, pointed his finger at the audience, and said, "You are the prophets of this day." That was quite a promotion, I was thinking. I was also thinking, before he got around to even saying it, and he did in the next sentence or two, these poor guys and ladies who have vamoosed from the church long ago, most of them, for good reason, they probably don't even understand what a prophet is. But Richard explained. He said, a prophet's somebody that has a message that people don't want to hear. And in fact, they often get killed and stoned. You know, the shoot the messenger operates with these prophets. Being a prophet isn't something anybody aspires to do. It's something they just feel obligated to do. They have a story to tell, or they may have just a very important message. And powerful people are threatened by that message because Richard knew, as I do, that people of power are really often people of great fear because, you see, they have a lot to lose. A lot of power, that is. And so Richard said, "You are the prophets of your day." If you've seen the Spotlight movie, you understand that phenomena, perhaps like you would never have understood it otherwise. And that's why I wrote Enlarging Boston Spotlight, a call for courage, integrity, and institutional transformation, because I feared that some people who saw that movie would not understand exactly what it was about. And I also was quite certain that the screenplay writers who won Oscars and Tom McCarthy, who directed that movie, I was quite certain that there were things I knew because of experiences I had had in this work over the period of 25 years that neither of those men, as wonderful a job as they did with the movie, could ever have known. So this book is full of, not secrets, because secrets are actually in the service of the powerful. The difference in secrets and confidentiality is that confidentiality is in the service of the vulnerable. Yet this one is in the service for all people, the powerful people and the vulnerable. Not telling secrets, telling stories, not just of individuals who did things wonderful, but some that taught me more than the people that were resilient and did the wonderful stuff. Because if you can ever listen long enough to powerful people speaking nonsense, I can tell you, it becomes powerful writing material. And that's what this book is about. Now, I also want to tell you about an acronym that I came up with in '93 before I ever went on Boston radio to speak about another book that I wrote, How Little We Knew. The acronym explains why we have resistance to social change of all sorts, especially when we're speaking truth to power. It's dim thinking. Dim thinking. Not so bright, that is. It doesn't demonize anybody, not even people that collude with sexual misconduct and abuse. It says, they're just a dim thinker. You could get brilliant. That's kind of what it says in a roundabout way. You know, it's your choice. You can stay in denial. That's what the D is about. You can stay ignorant and choose to ignore things. That's what the I is about. And you can minimize everything I'm saying. If you do that, and if you choose to continue to do that, and you choose not to be educated, I can't do anything about it. But that's dim thinking, folks. Take it and use that acronym, giving me credit for it because it's coined. But you can use that to fight racism, immigration issues, sexism, abuse, any kind of issue which is calling for change that people do not want to do. Dim thinking. That's the acronym. Read about it and much more, and please look me up at my website, takecourage.org. Thank you.
You're getting stronger